welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come on today and talk about the things that I've learned so far on my debt journey. I'm approximately 4 weeks in. I started at the beginning of this month, seriously, which I'd never been a super big spender or a free spirit, as Dave Ramsey would call it. However, I made it a mission to go ahead and get started on paying attention to where my money is going, and that's what this channel is about, to tell you how I'm making it through my debt journey, the things that I've learned, and hopefully it will help you one day. So I am, as I mentioned, currently in week 4 of my debt journey. And sorry, this car was like stalling, like go. I got a little road rage. But anyway, I'm in week 4. So some of the things that I've learned, I switched bank accounts. So that's the first part. So I did a little research on where my money should be going. I understand that credit unions are a safer place to have your money, and I came to that conclusion just from looking at some of the past things in the news that I've never really paid attention to because I wasn't really focused on where my money was going. So number 1 is I changed bank accounts. So I changed from Bank of America to credit union. What are my reasons? And these are my reasons. You can do what you want. I know there are people in, the comments that may think something different, but for me, Bank of America customer service is trash. Let's be real honest. You can go, you can call them, you're just another number, all that kind of stuff. And I never really had any huge issues with them. I never had any loans or anything like that with them, just a checking account. I had 2 savings accounts with them that I use for sinking funds. And I'll explain sinking funds in another video. But what I found was way back in the day when we had that whole housing bubble and the banks had to be bailed out and all that jazz, credit unions weren't affected. And that's just the luck of the credit unions, I guess. There's no real say as them being completely immune to something like that, but the credit unions weren't bothered. Bank of America, their bottom line is making as much money as they can. Okay, here's a fun fact. It's a $1 billion industry with non-sufficient funds. So if you've ever been that person, and I'm sure everybody has at some point, getting a checking account from being a kid to an adult, you buy something for $40. You got $25 in the bank. They try to clear the check or they try to clear the transaction, doesn't go through. You get hit with a non-sufficient fund, $35. And that's every single time. So you may have something that you're paying on a bill and it's an automatic debit, right? So they take the money out. The bank doesn't clear it. They reverse it back to the vendor. Okay? Now you're hit with $35. The vendor doesn't know what's going on. They send the payment back. Bank of America's like, it still ain't here. They send it back, another $35 fee. At the end of the day, you have $120 or something in non-sufficient funds, haven't paid the bill, and you still owe on the bill. Who wants to give away money like that? When I tell you it's a $1 billion business with just Bank of America alone. So, every bank has it. The biggest thing is you need to know what's in your account. You need to know what you're spending. And all of that will come. When you come to budget, I'm telling you, it becomes so addictive. So anyway, that's number 1. Switch from Bank of America to a credit union. Local, I love it. It's a smaller bank. They pay attention to you. They speak nicely to you. It's not just another check. It's not just another dollar. The other thing is they give back to their members. So I love it. I absolutely love it. Hubby and I just opened up a joint account. And then he has a separate account for himself for his fund money. So we love it. All right. The second thing I learned about other people, it's twofold. The first fold is, don't nobody care. No one cares that you're on a debt journey. And by that, I mean that on so many levels. 1, you could tell them, oh girl, I started on this debt journey and I'm trying to pay my mortgage off and I'm trying to pay the car off. And they're like, oh, that's cute. Nobody cares. The other side is people are like, and so what? What's that got to do with me? We still going out Friday? Like, they don't get it. Man, they don't care. So don't worry about what other people are going to think, because as my good girl Rihanna said in a couple albums ago, people are going to talk about you whether you're doing good or bad. So just do you and take care of you. Like, that's biblical. Take care of your household, baby. That's biblical. All right. The third thing that I've learned while on this journey is, again, the budgeting. I've become so addicted to the budget. Like, if I don't have, I am literally looking at my budget every week, if not twice a week. So when the check comes in, all the checks clear and all that jazz, I'm going through, I'm doing calculations. I'm making sure everything's adding up right, subtracting this, take this out, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing all of that, and it's become so addictive yet satisfying. Now, this may not be you. I got a little bit of OCD, so I have to make sure all of my numbers match up from the rooter to the tutor. If for some reason I have a $60 budget for my groceries right now, if I go over $60, that money has to be taken out of my budget, because there's no reason to go into the next week showing that I have $515 in the bank when really it's only $500. So you know, it's about being honest, being consistent. Okay. And one of the other important things I found out about debt is, even if you don't say anything, or the people around you know you're on a debt journey, for those people that love and support you, I have found it is such a beautiful community. Everybody's got their fist in the air for you. As far as the ones that love and support you, i.e. your spouses, your significant other, it is so much easier to do when everybody's on board. When everybody's like, yes, Ab, I see your vision, baby. Let's go get it. That is the best. And not only that, it becomes contagious, because instead of trying to shove it down their throats, you know, like being super radical, you've got to do this, life is not going to be the same if you don't do this, you're being stupid, nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to be the example. And when they see the progress that you're making, they're like, you know what, that might not be a bad idea, let me do it with you, let me get this satisfying feeling with you. And that, my friends, has been the best part. Outside of people just not caring, the ones that are closest to you should care. All right. Another thing that I've done, obviously, is taken very close attention to my credit score. I'm excited for August to come. I'm like, y'all need to come on, do this update real quick so I can see what kind of what kind of progress I've made and all that jazz. I'm really excited, particularly for August 13th. After that, everything will report. And I know the creditors are like, what is she doing? Like, this is abnormal. They just don't know. They don't know. So I'm excited about that. And the other thing, meal prepping. I mentioned that in my zero-based budget video. Meal prepping is still going strong. I find it so satisfying, and I know that word is being used a lot, but when I tell you that is the word of the day when it comes to budgeting and getting out of debt, it is so satisfying to come home after a long day's work and know that dinner is already made. It's nice to get up in the morning, get ready to make my smoothie, and know that lunch is already made. My fruit bowls are already made. I either take Saturday or Sunday to do all of my meal prep, and I'll be honest, it's not easy. I take 3, sometimes 4 hours prepping everything, and that's vegetables, fruits. I have 5 or 6 different fruits in our fruit cups every day. I use mango, green grapes, red grapes, cantaloupe, honeydew melon, blueberries, and strawberries. 7 fruits, and it's amazing. I do have pineapple, but I didn't put it in the fruit cups this week. But it is so wonderful. So my stepson just came to the house, and we're trying to teach him the same thing. So he'll be at the house for the rest of the summer, and he's such a good kid. I love this kid to death, but you know, his father kind of gave him the rundown. Hey, this is what we're doing. Stick by the book. He's very macho, my husband. He's very macho, but I'm like the nurturer. So the first morning, the baby, he's not a baby, he's 12, but he's my baby. So he came downstairs and he's like, Ebony, what am I supposed to eat again? So I love a good kid that wants to know the rules. Like, I was like, okay, baby, this is what you're gonna have for breakfast. This is your fruit bowl. Eat this for a snack. You don't have to eat it all in one setting because there's a good amount of fruit in it. You don't have to eat it all in one setting. You can have this for lunch. If you get hungry again, here's a snack in here. Blah, blah, blah. Do not eat more than one meal prep. You're eating too much. If you get hungry, drink some water while you're eating. The food will swell up in your stomach. You'll feel full. We ain't gonna be gone that long. We're just gonna be at work. He's old enough to stay at home by himself. I've also given him some things to do during the day just so his mind doesn't become dormant from learning, because when school starts back up, that's gonna be a big deal. So he's learning his going over states and all that stuff, where they are on the map. All that stuff is super important to me. He's going to the 7th grade, so I want him to have the basics. And sometimes when you learn that stuff in 3rd grade, it goes away. But, you know, as you get older, you run into things with, especially looking at foods and stuff that are more healthy for you. You want to know where this stuff is coming from. You need to know state abbreviations. You need to know where they are. And this music these days, you know, they misspell everything to play on words on everything. So spelling, all that stuff is going to be touched. I'm excited about it this weekend. I want to take him to get a library card because it's free. And it's going to be great to find things that are something to do without spending money. Outside of that, this Thursday, and I'll shut up because I feel like I'm rambling. This Thursday, we are going to the Lauryn Hill concert. Back up before you say anything about my budget. These tickets were purchased 2 months ago. I'm excited that they are because it's essentially a free date night for us. We actually went to a wedding this past weekend. It was amazing. My brother's best friend's sister, follow me, got married. Well, she renewed her vows. They've been together for 25 years, and they are from a Trinidad culture. And you talking about a party? Trinidadians can party, okay? I mean, it was amazing. My husband is originally from Guyana, so when West Indians get together, you can't stop it. The music goes on and on. They eat, they drink, they're merry. I love it. So anyway, that was kind of a free date night, and we had an absolute blast. So anyway, I'll stop rambling. These are the things that I've learned. I'll keep you posted. It's such an enlightening journey, and I hope you find a journey to go on by yourself, because you pay attention to so many things around you, and you find out the world is killing us, and they're trying to jip us, and these banks aren't honest, and nobody's honest anymore. So be good to yourself and your wallet. We'll talk to you next time.